Today I want to ask you, are your goals enough? What I mean by that is, does the mathematics of the business that you're involved in, does it correlate to the goals that you've got? Have you even got goals written down in the first place? I'll get onto that in a minute. I just want to explain. See, when I started work, I worked in the coal mine. And I looked around, I was ambitious from day one. I wanted to become something called the area director. When I started working in the British coal mines, there were 300 coal mines in the UK. Each one of them had, on average, about 1,000 men working there. And for each coal mine, there was a deputy manager and there was a colliery general manager, CGM for short. And then for each of 50 coal mines, there was an area director. So the whole country, all 300 coal mines, were covered by 6 area directors in charge of 50 coal mines all at once. Now, it's a big thing to be a deputy manager of a coal mine, an even bigger thing to be the general manager of a coal mine. And an area director, they were just gods. But I looked at those guys and said, at a very early age, I want to be an area director. Now, beyond that, there was actually somebody called the head of the NCB. But even at an early age, I mean, I noted that the head of the NCB, when I was there, wouldn't know the difference between a lump of coal and a lump of sugar. And I also noticed that those people that became the heads of the NCB were usually promoted from inside this high society set, and I wasn't born into that high society, so I knew that job was highly unlikely. But I thought, you know what, you do become an area director on merit. You can't really exist in that job without having the merit. So I thought that was what I wanted to do. And then I actually did something. I had an accident underground. I broke a bone in my foot, and they put me in plaster right up to my knee, which was only a broken toe after all. But when I got home, I'd ordered a book a few weeks before, and this was the book. It's called The Lazy Man's Way to Riches. It's the first time I'd ever read a book like it, and it told me for the first time in my life to write, have you written down your goals, and do your goals add up? And so what do I want? I want to be an area director. And so I thought, where does an area director live? What kind of house do they live in? And I drove and found out where my area director lived and did a drive past. I had a look at his house to see if this was the house that I wanted. Was it good enough, really? And I fully expected, I expected to be driving past some kind of castle. And I remember it was a big house, don't get me wrong, it was a nice place. But there was an instant sense of disappointment. And I looked at it, I thought, what, am I going to be spending the next 30 years of my life climbing the corporate ladder to get this job, living in that house? And I just didn't feel right about what I'd written down. So I knew instinctively then that this job that I'd got wasn't going to be good enough to achieve my goals, and I quit my job. I quit my job within a week of reading that. Some people think that's crazy, but then I got into a business. The first time I took a business beyond £1 million in turnover. It was £2 million in turnover in 6 different countries. So it wasn't a bad thing to do, but at the time everybody thought I'd slipped on a bar of soap in the shower and banged my head. But that's what I did. You see, if your goal doesn't match, if what you're doing doesn't match your goal, it can create a conflict in your subconscious mind. If you want a Ferrari and a huge house, and you've got a job as a cashier in a supermarket, it's just not going to happen. Now I'm going to say something now that sounds contradictory to that, but it's not. It's a saying. It says, show me a supermarket cashier with a dream. Show me a supermarket cashier with a dream, and I'll show you a person who can make history. Show me somebody without a dream, and I'll show you a supermarket cashier. In other words, you need a dream. But if you are a supermarket cashier in a dead-end job, and you've got a written down dream, you've got a couple of choices, two choices. First one, quit your job and go and start a business that will achieve your goals. The second choice is the choice that I actually chose later on, when I actually quit my job, started my own business. Then I realized that the business wasn't going to pay me overnight. So then I went and got another job, and I worked 9 to 5, but I was earning my fortune after 5. So you work 9 to 5, you earn your fortune after 5. It doesn't have to be 9 to 5. It's, you work the 8 hours a day, or however many hours a day they've got you working. But if that job is a supermarket cashier, for example, and it's never going to help you achieve the goals you've written down, then to achieve it you need to keep that job, but you need to have a part-time business, a business that's outside of those hours to help you achieve those goals. And then you need to look at that business and say, can this business I'm doing outside of work, can this mathematically help me achieve the goals? Is it physically possible to achieve those goals? And if it isn't, you need to change the business. You need to change your job. It's quite simple. So the points from this chat are, have you actually written down goals? Have you looked at your goals and realized, are they okay mathematically to help you achieve those goals, to help you achieve what you're doing? And that's it for this chat. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're enjoying these chats, and hit the notification button so that you don't miss the next ones when they come out, or anything that we put out. Okay, see you soon.